Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 Manager 2022, where we are Aston Martin and we're challenging at the moment for second, below 50 points off Red Bull at the top of the table. And we're doing pretty well this season. Two experienced drivers in Alonso and Bottas. Bottas has a development point, so let's whack that into control. That, it prevents racing incidents, which is always useful, right? Let's go and have a look. Drugovic also has one. His control can also go up. That can become a 78. And Alonso doesn't have any. Still not signing a new contract with us, so we'll see what happens there. But today is Monza. I don't think we have anything new to put on the car. I've got a feeling we're just researching for next year. The car's in a good place at the moment. And we're not doing too bad. We've got 18 million in the bank, so we could have a look at what needs work. And we're upgrading the factory. The wind tunnel, we could refurbish it. I sort of feel like should we refurbish everything for now so that we maximise what we're getting? Let's refurbish that. Refurbish the suspension simulator, the CFD simulator. That leaves us with 7 million, 4 for that. So we can definitely refurbish that as well. So we're just going to do a big refurb of facilities. Race simulator, definitely. Oh man, I don't have enough to do that. The race simulator would be pretty crucial for what's his face. The hospitality we'll upgrade the hospitality for 2.8 million. Lovely stuff. Oh, the boardroom. Do they want? Okay, we can't do the boardroom at the moment, but we'll remember to upgrade that for the board when they need it. Right, off to Monza. We're getting towards the back end of the season, aren't we? So we are here. Next up after this is Singapore, then Japan, United States, Mexico, Brazil, and finishing in Abu Dhabi. So yeah, the car has been performing very, very well. I'll get in and do practice. We'll be back for qualifying. So good practice sessions all round. 94% confidence for Alonso, 92% for Valtteri Bottas. We just need to now put the good components on the car, which is always helpful, isn't it, to have your best engine around. We shouldn't need to take any more engine components for the remainder of this season. We should be able to get away with just having one penalty for taking engine components, which will be very nice indeed. Let's put the gearbox in the car as well. And I think we're in a pretty good position, to be honest. I'm happy. I'm very happy with where we stand. Both of them have 100% track acclimatization. Both of them have a good confidence setup. So let's get into qualifying. So as is normal now, we will get out there for qualifying and see what we can do. Setting the first line, the first time on the circuit, and see what happens. So hopefully we don't hit too much traffic. We just got past Ricciardo at the chicane, which will probably affect our time a little bit. But Bottas goes quicker, so that suggests the slipstream is good on this circuit. Now we know what we're going to do is put them back onto that used set. And we should have enough about us to get through. We speed through qualifying nowadays because generally the races are so fully packed with action. We see what's happening. But at the moment, Bottas setting the fastest time, going quicker than the Ferrari, quicker than the Red Bull. Wow, this is looking good for Valtteri Bottas. At the moment, to be honest, it's looking very, very good for him. Okay, all the drivers are coming in. We're going to go out pretty early, to be honest. We're going to go out. Let me just put this down to 2 times speed so that we can get the timings right. We're going to go out now and set our quick laps now because, we're going to catch everybody up, aren't we? We're going to catch them all. We're going to get so much traffic. Oh, okay, that hasn't really worked. But we should have times that are quick enough to get through anyway. So it's not too much of an issue. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, there we go. We're through. That's all that matters. I cocked that up a little bit, but we're through. Bottas goes second fastest. Alonso is in the top 10 with 9th. Okay, into Q2 we go, putting on those used tyres. And, let's get straight back out there into Q2. Let's see what we can do in the Aston Martin. As we'll get Alonso out, and then we'll get Bottas out. And Ferrari's split us. Sainz gets out just in between Alonso and Bottas. So Alonso will be setting a lap here. This is sort of true pace, I'd say. Oh, there was a yellow flag, which is definitely going to affect us. As Bottas and Alonso sit behind Sainz at the moment. Norris splits us. So yeah, I'm going to say we all got affected by that yellow flag. So let's put some fresh soft tyres on just to make sure we can go and set a good time. And this time we won't jump the gun. We'll do what we normally do and go towards the back of the big group. Okay, the group are leaving for Q2. Verstappen and Perez sitting in there. I sort of feel like we're going to have plenty of time. It's 1 minute 20 for a lap. Like, we're going to have loads of time here to get this right at the back. Like, there's so much time and space for us to set our laps here. Let's go with that. We should be able to set our laps here. I mean, we could do it again a bit faster, guys. Yeah, Alonso's safely over, as is Bottas. Lots of time and space to set our new times. And Bottas goes 4th, Alonso goes 7th. Lovely. As you can see, plenty of grid penalties, but they're all for people in the spaces below us. We are at the moment, well, 1/1000th of a second off Max Verstappen. And wow, Charles Leclerc, bloody hell, what a good time that was. He must have got some slipstream with that one. But into Q3 we go. We'll put on the used set for our first lap, as ever, as we always do. We'll get out there, we'll manage qualifying into Q3 and go. Let's see if we can get that slipstream for a really good first lap. For Bottas is the one at the back, so he's going to be getting the slipstream off Alonso on this first lap. Let's see if it really makes a difference as they come around the corner, start their flying lap. Verstappen is there, probably getting in the way. And yeah, Bottas does go quickest, but it's not quicker than the Ferraris or Perez. So you would imagine Verstappen is going to jump above us as well. Yeah, at the moment, it's car order, isn't it? 2 Ferraris, 2 Red Bulls, 2 Aston Martins. So yeah, interesting. Gasly's got a grid penalty, I'm pretty sure. So I think we'll keep an eye on that one. Let's let all these... I'm sort of thinking, let's go... Do we just go out now and risk it? We're in a good position. Yeah, we are. We're going to go straight out now with those fresh tyres on. While the track is empty. We should... Yes, we overtook everyone on the back straight, which is awesome. So this should be a very good time as we come across. No improvement, though. No improvement for anybody. And then we're just going to hold a few people up as we get to the end. 5th and 6th. It's going to be 5th and 6th. I can't imagine Norris is going to go quicker than us. He's just doing his in-lap now. So, not bad. 5th and 6th. It looked promising in Q1. The other guys obviously got back into it a little bit. Bottas 1:21, so half a second off Leclerc. Both drivers half a second off Leclerc. Not bad. Right then, into into the strategy we go. Let's select that one for now. We've got exactly the same time. 6 seconds quicker is medium to hard. So at the moment, this is much quicker. But if we go, let's say we stay out on them 5 seconds. That's the quickest we can get on them. What about soft to hard? Pushing the hards. There you go. That's quicker. 3 seconds quicker. 3 seconds quicker seems to be the best at the moment. So if we put that one on, start editing this one. So 3 seconds slower, 3 seconds slower. But can we push the mediums and push the hards? You can. Again, 6 seconds quicker to go for that one. Can you push the softs? No. Unless you pit really early, but that isn't any quicker. I think that's our strategy then. I think that is our strategy. So let's delete that one. We didn't look at medium to soft. Let's have a quick look. I don't think you're going to be able to get... I think the tyre life is just going to die too soon. Yeah, it is. So take that one off. And then we go in here. That's slower. Wow, we hit it spot on. First time. Bloody hell. Okay. So what's that? That's pitting on lap 21, 2, 3. So Valtteri, take you off that. Take you off that. Get onto this strategy on lap 23. Push. 9 seconds quicker. As is that one. So we'll put you just there. I'm going to suggest it's going to say... No, it's, yeah, so it is saying that is the quickest, but we'll put Valtteri a lap later. The only thing I wanted to check is can you do a 2-stop, which is going to be quicker? Because we do know that 2 stops can sometimes be beneficial in some situations. So Let's drag that out and then get onto the soft. See, now that's saying that's much, much slower, which is what you would expect with an extra pit stop. So, but then we go push that, push that, push that. No, definitely a one stop is quicker. Definitely a one stop is quicker, unless we can put softs and softs. Drag those mediums out as long as possible. Get onto the soft. No. Right, definitely that. Both strategies are selected. Okay, drive options, push, push, and go into deploy. Push, push, and go into deploy. Right, it's the Monza Grand Prix. Let's get into it. The Italian Grand Prix, Ren, the oldest circus in Europe, and we are away. Let's get on board with Fernando Alonso sitting behind the Red Bulls. What's everyone on? Got a few soft runners in here, which is really interesting, as Alonso's having a look up the inside in this run up to the first chicane. And he's not going to have the inside, but he should get good deployment out of this corner, and does. We're past Verstappen, which is amazing. And he's having a go at Sergio Perez, who's on those used soft tyres. And he's having a look at him early on here as well. Bottas sitting nicely behind Verstappen, which is great. Alonso having another look. Oh, there's a crash. There is a huge crash next to Alonso. And it's good for us, right? Perez is just taken out. It's got to be a safety car, that, surely. It's a yellow flag at the moment. But Perez has taken out Leclerc and really opened it up for us on this first lap. That was huge. First lap drama. We haven't had first lap drama in a long, long time. Right, Valtteri, look at that. He's right behind Max Verstappen. Good driving from both of them. Let's go up into overtake with Fernando and up into overtake with Valtteri. We'll leave these on to balanced. We'll have to bring the tyres back in as well, because we know we're pushing them for the majority of the race. So, yeah, Alonso's having a look up the inside. Go on, Fernando. How much are those soft tyres and the power of the Ferrari going to help? Yeah, he's just starting to edge away. I mean, we're in a good position as soon as DRS opens up. We'll stick with Alonso at the moment. He's the one at the front. So Perez has pitted. He's obviously got front wing damage and he's getting a time penalty. But Leclerc is already 17 seconds off the pace as, well, Sainz goes defensive. And it seems to work, hugging that inside for him at the moment. Let's just get into neutral for a little while. We don't have to push too much here. We know that DRS is going to open on the next lap, and then it opens up a lot of options for us. Okay, lap 3 into the chicane. DRS is now enabled. So Alonso will be making a move pretty soon, I'm sure, to try and get this one done. So he's going to have a lot of slipstream coming off here. This isn't a DRS zone, so anything right now will be natural pace from Fernando Alonso. Can't make it work. We've got Verstappen half a second behind us. And Bottas is 0.3 of a second off him. So hopefully we can get something going here. Alonso is trying to have a little look. As we come around these corners, we're going to get a DRS zone in just a second. Round this right-hander. And then we're going to go up into overtake. Let's get this done, Fernando. Get this done. Get in clean air and get it done. You've got the pace. You got the speed. You haven't quite got it done, have you? You haven't got it done. And then he's had a little bit of a bad exit out of there as well. So, yeah, you need to make this work, Fernando. You need to make this work. How's Valtteri doing? Oh, my word, we've got Verstappen right on our arse as well. Okay, so they have been dragged into this one. So, round the parabolica. Let's deploy. Get in that clean air and use the DRS to get this done. And then pull away. Oh my god, he's so far away from him. Verstappen having a look as well. Verstappen's got that pace. It's very, very tough to pull away from that Red Bull. As we saw in Verstappen's home Grand Prix, right? We needed a safety car to get us back into it. As Alonso tries to give him the dummy. It's, again, Sainz hugging that inside. But Alonso using his battery is going to get this one done. And now we do need to push and we'll deal with the consequences later. We need to pull away and we can focus on Bottas for a little bit longer. Although I don't know if Alonso's... I think he is... Now, Sainz is holding on. Come on, Alonso. Pull away from him. Sainz is now going to get the DRS in this next zone, which is going to make this very difficult for Fernando Alonso. But let's pull Bottas up a little bit closer. Okay, Alonso's keeping him tucked in behind. So we're still going to get Alonso to push as much as he can. Come on, Bottas. You can catch up to Verstappen. Let's get that into neutral. We'll go round. In fact, let's go round the... I don't know. It's only the parabolic. It's such a fast circuit. The Italian Grand Prix. Right, let's see what you can do. Put him under pressure. Put him under pressure. Make that move. We've got a fastest lap for Fernando Alonso. Oh my god, it's going to be 3 wide going into the first chicane. This is going to be... I'm just watching this drama from Valtteri Bottas's view. And Bottas is going to get Verstappen. Verstappen will have the inside here where he had his infamous Lewis Hamilton incident. Bottas, put your foot down. He has put his foot down. Let's get you to push as well. And we'll deal with the consequences later. If we can have an Aston Martin 1-2, it'll make life a lot easier as we keep this going. Right. I'm going to keep pushing the tyres a little bit. Come on, Valtteri. He's nearly got rid of Verstappen, which will be amazing. There's sector 2, yellow flag, safety car. A full-on safety car is what we've got here. It will definitely help us for the restart, but it will bunch everybody up. Who has caused this? Gasly looks like he may have had an incident. So we'll jump back on board with our drivers, but multiple cars crashed. It is a full safety car coming out. Let's see this one. Second crash of this race. First on lap 1. There's Pierre Gasly. He comes down. Oh, he locks up. Doesn't brake properly. Lots of skidding and sparks and all sorts. But, yeah, so full safety car. Let's... no overtaking. Yeah, we know that much. As Leclerc comes in for fresh tyres. Leclerc obviously going to change his strategy a little bit here. But Vettel is out. DRS is disabled. Yep. I mean, we potentially could have pitted, but I don't feel like it was necessary. I don't think the hards will get all the way to the end. So, and Leclerc is looking pretty stranded. I don't know if he's going to... Yeah, safety car's coming in. So, let's jump on board with Fernando, as he's the one that's going to be setting the pace. And if Fernando's got any sense, he won't go until he's round the corner, to be honest. But I'm a little bit worried that he's going to go before that. So let's go attack, push. We're just going to get both of them to really go for it straight from the off. Let's get on board with Valtteri. He's going to have a better view. As you can see, Alonso just getting his tyres warm up to temperature. Come around this corner and then Alonso should put his foot down and go. And there we go. Alonso's off. Alonso's off. If Bottas can get this move done early on Carlos Sainz, it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. But yeah, Carlos Sainz got a good getaway as well. Verstappen didn't. Verstappen struggling with the pace off the restart. Lap 8, we are in 1 and 3 at the moment after starting 5 and 6. So again, don't need Alonso to deploy too much. We want Bottas to get past Sainz and then we will go as a team. That's the plan. Valtteri's having a look up the inside. It's going to be tough going into this next chicane. But Valtteri's putting himself in a good position. He is putting himself into a decent position here. Let's go up into overtake. Just use a little less battery, but use it for a little bit longer if we need to get this done. Alonso, we're not... Again, as I said, there's no point in trying to tell Alonso to pull away just yet. Go on, Valtteri. Come on, Valtteri. Up into deploy so that we keep that battery going round this corner. Give us that extra little boost of battery as we come around the corner. That's it. Lovely driving from Valtteri. Can he get this done? Alonso is pulling away by doing no more than pushing fuel and pushing his tyres a little bit harder. Valtteri, this is the one. As you come around this corner, keep that foot down as much as you can. He's in the slipstream, but he's not pulling away. I think we might have to send Alonso in a minute. Just tell Alonso to get this done and pull out of that DRS zone. Yeah, let's do it now. Because I don't want it to be... I don't want Alonso to be in the DRS or have Sainz having DRS once it reopens. Go on, Valtteri, get your nose in that inside. Nah, he's not quite committing to it. We'll get him down into neutral. Let Alonso pull away. And then once DRS opens, Valtteri can pull away, hopefully, from Carlos Sainz. But 9 laps gone. Alonso out in front. It's something we're getting used to in this series now. Fernando Alonso being out in front in an Aston Martin. And I'm not going to lie, it's absolutely lovely to see. Okay, so DRS is now open, and you can see Alonso's a bit of a sitting duck to Carlos Sainz. So you can see if Sainz is going to get this done before the chicane. It's going to be very, very close. Sainz having the inside there might help quite a bit, but I don't mind. I don't mind. In fact, Alonso, you can sit in behind. That's not a problem. Okay, Alonso's going for it. He's going to go for the lead. Okay, that's fine. Verstappen is still holding our tails, but us front four are breaking away from Lando Norris, who's not really having a good time of it and is not going to be getting any DRS off of Max Verstappen. So it is just a sort of breakaway four at the moment. But Fernando Alonso in front of the Ferrari down this DRS zone. This will be very interesting to see what happens. Is Alonso going to park that car? He is, and Valtteri Bottas just pulls in right next to Carlos Sainz. Alonso doing a great job of just holding everyone up. Unfortunately, it's going to bring Verstappen in, as you can see on the left-hand side of Bottas's field of view. But, yeah, generally, I don't really mind, because all the time it's like this. I think Verstappen must be on the same strategy as us, medium to hard. We've just got to keep an eye on what's optimal and what isn't. And, yeah, and then go from there, because look at the power of that. The power of the Red Bull. The DRS wasn't even open, but the power of it just allows it to get past. But it's basically 2 and 2 they came through the first chicane here at Monza. The Italian Grand Prix. It doesn't really disappoint. It's always a pretty good Grand Prix in terms of entertainment and overtaking and racing. So, yeah, Alonso's doing a good job. Valtteri Bottas is losing a bit of pace, but I don't mind. He's still going to be within DRS. And again, even if Verstappen gets past us, I really don't mind. But he's dropped off, settled in behind. So 12 laps gone. We're in a good position. Okay, so Carlos Sainz has finally passed Fernando Alonso. But we're actually going to use this as an opportunity to save some battery here, because we can just get pulled along by Carlos Sainz for a while. Lando Norris has found some amazing pace to catch up to Verstappen from somewhere, who was over a second behind. So he's done a really good job to reel that in. Maybe the battling up here has slowed us down so much that we're getting pulled into that battle. But yeah, Valtteri Bottas is probably defending from Verstappen. Sainz is defending from Alonso. But again, we've charged up our battery enough so that when we get into the position to launch, we can deploy for quite a while. So Alonso's back in front, which is good. Always good to be leading a race. Bottas does need to find a way past Carlos Sainz sooner rather than later. He's on 57% tyres, so you'd imagine he's going to pit pretty soon. As Valtteri in a good spot. We could ask him to push a little bit harder with everything to try and get this done. But let's see. It's Valtteri after all. He's not. Once he's in the lead, he's generally really good, but he's not in a. He's not one of the best. If he can get... I don't mind him getting both here. Alonso's going to cover off both drivers, which could give Carlos Sainz the view in, and it has. So, no worries. I'm not too worried about that. That's a shame, because if Alonso hadn't defended it so well, Bottas probably would have got both of them. We'll try it again. Let's put Alonso into harvest. See if he can hold up. See if he holds up Sainz. And Bottas has used all of his battery, so that's a little bit unlucky. So Sainz is going to try and sneak past. But again, Alonso's going to have quite a lot of battery coming out of it. He's got 76%. So again, I wouldn't mind sitting behind Sainz for one lap. Let's get both of them just easing off. No need to go and press too much. Verstappen is still behind us, which is fine. Let's see what we can do. If we can charge up... I mean, Alonso's basically going to have a full battery at the end of this lap, and then we're going to send him. We're going to absolutely send him because we're not got too long until we're into pit. 9 laps for Fernando and 10 laps for Valtteri. Let's just have a quick check. That's slower. That is slower. So everything is still the same at the moment, as Alonso just parks it in the middle of the road. Verstappen behind Bottas. That's fine. If we don't get past him, it's really not an issue, as Alonso is having a look. But I'm hoping that Sainz is deploying a bit of battery to stay in front, because once we come around this parabolic, I mean, look, we've got more pace than him generally now anyway. So I think once we come round with the DRS, we're going to go up into deploy, not with Valtteri though. Valtteri can just allow the DRS to pull him along, right? Come on, Fernando, get this done before the chicane and then get into a prime position to take the chicane. That's it. Right, Alonso is through. Hard on the brakes. Push, push, push. You go and give it absolutely everything. Try and pull away from Carlos Sainz. In fact, if Verstappen's going to go past, let's sit behind Verstappen. That's fine. I don't mind that. Alonso's going to go for it. He's going to push. He's going to push with everything he's got. He's basically doing a qualifying lap on mediums. Valtteri can just sit behind Max Verstappen. Oh, yeah, Lando Norris is right here. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, Lando. Where have you pulled that from? There's a... Oh, Alonso's off. Alonso's off. Maybe pushing a bit too much. Fernando Alonso's off. He's dropped all the way down into 7th. Oh, no. Absolute disaster. Now we can't afford to let Valtteri rest. Oh, you've realised he's got to push it now. He's got to push it. Nothing changes in terms of strategy. Got 4 seconds to make up, Alonso. You know you've got the pace. Oh, from the lead as well, Fernando. Fernando. That is very irritating, that one. Very irritating. It happened in front of us while we're on board with Bottas. Alonso's got a lot of time to make up now. I'm just thinking if... Right, Bottas basically becomes our lead driver. So we want him to pit on the optimal, which is... Oh, in fact, it's saying he doesn't lose any time if he pits then. It's saying that one is quicker. Right, okay. Fernando. What can we do with you, Mr. Alonso? Because we need to make up 4 seconds somehow. Which I don't think we're going to do. If we... That's slower. If we take that off, push these again. No, it's all definitely 2 seconds slower, 1 second slower, 0, 0. That's the same. So we swap you two around. So Alonso pits first this time now. Valtteri's in a much better position, so he can do the optimal strategy. As Verstappen goes for the move on Carlos Sainz. Alonso is very quickly closing the gap, but he's got a lot to make up, and we're pushing his tyres even more. So that is something we'll have to keep an eye on. There is tyres. Obviously, the safety car has helped us for tyre wear. And well, I don't want to do the same with Bottas, but we do need to get Bottas to make sure that he's right on the back of these two. And potentially going for overtakes as well. But not ideal for Fernando, that one. Pretty shocking. Okay, we've got a ding-dong battle going on here as Bottas is going for the lead of the Grand Prix. And he gets it done, but couldn't get away. It was basically 3 wide through that chicane, which is absolutely bonkers. And Verstappen and Sainz coming away together. Verstappen gets the lead of the Grand Prix. Alonso 4 seconds off Ocon again. He's starting to really drop off now. We are entering his pit window, though. So, let's see. I mean, again, if Valtteri's just behind them, I wouldn't mind him charging up his battery, ready for the push when these guys come into pit. 46% tyres for Sainz, 44 for Norris behind us, 67 up in front for Max Verstappen. They're not pushing much at all, but yeah, we're in an okay position. Valtteri's going to get DRS now to pull him up close to these two. Oh, Alonso. Terrible driving to make that error. Okay, Lando Norris has pit. He's on the softs, which means Carlos Sainz must be pitting relatively soon. Alonso had another little running wide incident, so he's not in a very good position at all anymore. So we may have to think about something pretty spectacular for Alonso. But yeah, Bottas, we're just charging up his battery, so he's in a very good position. I actually think what we're going to do with Bottas is keep him out, because we're also saving some of his tyres a bit more. Keep him out when these two pit. Or, you know, if they both pit on the same lap, then we'll send Bottas for an absolute screamer of a lap and see what he can do. Just need to keep an eye on Alonso's fuel there. So I'm just wondering, if we bring in Alonso now, what's it actually going to add? Nothing, right. So, Alonso, let's go for a huge undercut here. Pit this lap for Fernando Alonso. He's about halfway through his lap at the moment. But yeah, Bottas keeps staying just within DRS. And look at that, he's got 90% battery. So he's going to be in a great position to basically do a qualifying lap when these guys pit. Now, Sainz, I think, is going to pit this lap. So this is going to be very interesting to see what happens. I think with Alonso, we just sort of let him run his race. At the moment, it's in a very difficult position for both, well, for Alonso, definitely. But is Sainz? Yeah, Sainz is braking, I assume, is because he's going to come into pit rather than just pull out of that. Yes, he has. So, I think Bottas should still get DRS. Yes, he should, which will pull him back in. So, Alonso pits. Let's have a quick look at Alonso's stop. You can see he's dropping quite far down the order, but he pitted the same lap as Sainz, who is just going to go past us right there onto the hard tyre. Not a bad stop, 2.5. Onto those fresh tyres, is the undercut going to work? That's the question, right? Valtteri Bottas has got cars right behind him, but I don't mind it at the moment. I know Verstappen's got a bit of a lead, but there is Alonso out of the pit lane towards the back, but we're in what should be a good position for Fernando Alonso when all's said and done, because he's got a bit of clean air, no one getting in his way. We're doing alright, as Verstappen is probably going to pull away. How are Verstappen's tyres doing? I know they're better than ours, 62 to our 45. So again, Bottas, I think we just stick with the plan. We stick with the plan. Okay, we've got a conundrum here. This is Bottas's optimal pit stop. There's 30 laps to go. Verstappen and Russell have both stayed out. Do we pit or do we go out for one? I'm going to ignore at the moment and say that we go out. We stick to that strategy. We try and stay out for one more lap than what Verstappen does, and try and really push it in the clean air. I think that's what we try to do, as Carlos Sainz takes the fastest lap. Oh, Sainz has gone soft to mediums. Interesting. So they're probably doing a two-stop. So if we can push, I know this is going to hurt Fernando, but we need you to push and try and get up towards Sainz. You're 3 seconds off at the moment, so try and get that done. Bottas having a little look. This is when I'm expecting Verstappen to come into pit. Bottas gets past Russell. Verstappen stays out again, as does Russell. Yeah, Alonso's battery's empty, but that's fine. He's trying to push hard, that's okay. Basically just use it as soon as you get it, is what we're saying to Fernando. I'm thinking now is, what's our time differences? No, we're matching him for speed. We're matching him for pace, which is fine. Literally 1/1000th of a second off. So I still think as long as we don't go into that 30% tyre range, sector 2 yellow flag, Russell comes back under the DRS again. So this is the question. Does Verstappen pit now? Valtteri Bottas still pushing. Verstappen stays out again. We can't really stay out too much longer. 124.96, 124.94, and we had a little bit of a battle there. So we're not in a bad position. I wonder if Verstappen can't be doing medium soft, surely. The thing is, I don't want to pit the same lap because I don't think we're going to get an advantage. Who hasn't pit yet? Quite a lot of people haven't pit. Okay, we're going to just have a quick look at something here, because we've gone over our add new strategy, create strategy B, edit that, get in the bin. Because if they're going on to softs, they've got to pull those out quite a way. No, we're going to pit. We're going to pit. We're going to pit and stick to this strategy and just say that we've gone on it a little bit late. So we are definitely coming in this lap. Get on those fresh tyres, put our speed down, and see what we can do. Okay, here comes Valtteri round the final corner. And Verstappen stays out, we pit. Okay, so this is the lap coming out of here. This is the one where we need to really make some speed up. So hopefully we come out in fresh air. Alonso is closing the gap to the cars in front of him, but it's costing him quite a lot of push and fuel. It's a good stop from Bottas. 2.4, decent. I was hoping we'd get out just in front of Sainz, but I don't think we're going to. It's going to be very close. There is Sainz. We're going to filter in. Oh, we're going to come out behind all this traffic. That is not what I wanted. And we need to clear this relatively quickly if we can, which is going to be difficult. The other thing we do is just sort of sit back and wait. As long as we get DRS, we'll be making up some time, so that's not a problem. It's Sainz who's the problem at the moment. 11 seconds off, but he pitted sector 2, yellow flag, I'm going to imagine, for a lock-up. Yeah, not much happening there. Alonso then has pitted. You need to clear this guy. Come on. Come on, you can get around it. It's a bloody Williams. Come on, Fernando. Is this what's been holding you up? Fernando, come on. Right. I'm not saying that did the trick, but at least he's now past him. So, again, just keep pushing with whatever you've got. Bottas struggling to get around Tsunoda. Come on, Valtteri. You've got something to give here. Verstappen stays out again. I think Verstappen might be going for softs. I think he might be going medium soft. That's it. Get in the clean air. Open the DRS. Get it done. Get it done. Don't get squeezed. That's it. There we go. Right, Valtteri is past that guy. The key here is still to just keep making time up. Need to get on the back of Sainz pretty quick, Valtteri. And as soon as Verstappen and Russell pit, that's when we go. That is when we have to go. Alonso chasing down the same pack as Valtteri Bottas. He's just got a lot worse tyres. I mean, a safety car towards the end wouldn't be dreadful. We know what we can do if we put on the soft tyres. But yeah, Bottas has got some time to make up here. Okay, lap 32. Verstappen still staying out. Bottas is absolutely... is 18 seconds. A pit stop's like 20 something. Yeah, Bottas, we're not pushing anything. He is so much faster than everyone else in front of him. It's ridiculous. And these guys have still got a pit. Verstappen's going to pit. Russell's going to pit. They're definitely doing a medium to soft strategy. I don't think the softs are going to last long enough for him, though. Alonso's up into 11th as well. He's nearly in a position where all these people that have to pit, like, he's going to be ahead of them as well. So Gasly and Perez, they went onto their hards very early on. Perez may make them last the whole race. I'm not sure. But it's going to be very interesting towards the end. But Bottas should be in, like, net first in this race, because he should overtake Verstappen once Verstappen eventually pits. Someone else has ran wide. Now, we could try and clear these guys, but I don't really want to force anything at the moment. Their DRS is pulling us along somewhat. If Verstappen doesn't pit this lap, we may put Bottas up into overtaking, make sure he gets this done. Verstappen pits, right. So Verstappen is now pitting. So what we want to do, please don't be a safety car. Right, get up into deploy, push, go aggressive on the tyres. As Magnussen has spun. And now Bottas, you need to get past Lando Norris easily here. You need to make this work, because this is where you need to put the gap between you and Verstappen. As Verstappen is leaving the pit lane on the softs. And Bottas is hopefully going to put a bit of distance between him and Max Verstappen. And he gets past Norris. Oh, Alonso didn't quite get out in front of Verstappen. That's annoying, because I wanted Alonso to hold him up a little bit. But Bottas is clear of Verstappen by quite a way, actually. So that pitting when we did really did make a difference for Bottas. So in front, Gasly on used hards, Perez on used hards, Ocon and Russell both still to pit. So we're in a very good position. Can we get Fernando to do something as well, who's right on the back of Max Verstappen on those new soft tyres, which means he is going to be quick. But we can push Fernando's tyres a little bit more to try and make sure he keeps pace with Max Verstappen. Bottas 6 seconds off Gasly, so he's got a lot of speed to make up, but he should be putting in some very quick times right now. Russell and Ocon have both pit as well, so we should get both of those while they're in the lane. As Russell goes onto the softs, Ocon, I assume, is going to go softs as well. He does. And Bottas gets both of those in the pits. Lovely. In front of him, Gasly and Perez, both of the guys that stopped early for hard tyres. So Alonso overtakes Russell and Ocon as well. So that was a good move from him to come in a bit earlier. Lovely. And we are actually sitting right behind Max Verstappen. So potentially, let's harvest up a little bit. Interesting that Verstappen isn't pulling away on those new soft tyres. That's very interesting. He might now because we've gone into harvest, but he wasn't before. Okay, lap 38. We've caught the cars in front, who are Gasly and Perez. We're on much better tyres than we have brought Sainz along with us and Norris. Verstappen is 7 seconds back, but Alonso, we've saved his fuel back up, we've got his battery charged good enough, and we're saving some of his tyres, and he is keeping pace with Max Verstappen here, which is incredible. So I'm hoping that these guys are all going to pit again, but I'm not sure. But this is where Valtteri Bottas is right now, and we're going to get him to push and go because we need to get round these guys and then past or ditch Carlos Sainz basically. But it's a bit congested here, and yeah, with tyres looking how they are, 51 and 53, they might drag those out for another, well, whatever it is, laps, 18 laps or whatever we've got. But yeah, Valtteri having a look. It's going to have to be a double overtake if he gets this done, but not sure he's going to. We'll sit in neutral for now. Gasly goes into the lead of this Grand Prix. Oh, nearly an incident there. Bottas trying to have a little look. I think there's a little touch, but Bottas, I think, there is through. And hopefully now he can get some distance between them, which would be absolutely lovely, because Sainz didn't get through. So, yeah, if Valtteri can make this work, it would be absolutely lovely. I sort of feel like we can potentially start to push with Alonso a little bit more as well. Let's go for it. Let's tell Alonso to have a go at Verstappen and see what he can do. Bottas just needs to leave Gasly behind. That's what he needs to do. And he's going to try his hardest to do it, I'm sure. Okay, we've got a bit of a big incident here. I don't know what's... It's only a yellow flag. But Sainz has taken out... There is a safety car. I was going to say it had to be a full safety car for what it looked like happened. I was just flicking between the drivers. And it looked like Sainz took out Gasly. So we'll have a look at that when it shows up. So this is what happened. There's us out in front. There's Gasly and Sainz behind. Is it a lock-up from... It's a lock-up from Sainz. Takes Gasly out. We were lucky to avoid that one. Right, we need to have a think about strategy. Okay, so the question is, do we want to put soft tyres on the car? Do we want to put soft tyres on the car? I mean, they absolutely get worn so quickly. How much quicker are the soft tyres? Let's go to track. No, this one. Report, circuit info, compound performance. They're only 0.2 quicker. And they degrade 0.06. 0.04 for softs. For mediums. I think you sort of have to, right? Where are we sitting at the moment? So safety car's about to come out. Bottas has the lead. Bottas has 67% tyres. I think Bottas, we say you just go to the end. Alonso could pit and still come out in front of Russell, I reckon. I think we risk it with Alonso. And see what he can do. Bottas, I think we keep out. 42 of 50. 9 laps to go. There's 9 laps. I'm sort of thinking, do we whack on the mediums? I mean, because Verstappen has not looked quick on those softs. So that's saying it's going to be roughly 7 seconds, let's say. But if we go to the softs, 8 seconds. Have we got a fresh set of mediums, though? Yes, we do. Get the mediums on. Do we do it for Bottas? That's the question. Get round here, pit. Will he come out in front of... Oh, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. Time considerations, 17 seconds under a safety car, apparently, is what it says for a pit stop. Which will bring us out behind Verstappen ahead of Russell. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars to overtake. It's basically going to be the same as Alonso, right? Although Alonso might come out behind Ocon. Oh, I don't know what to do. He's got enough tyres to easily last till the end. I think we keep Bottas out. We keep Bottas out. And we pit Alonso onto fresh mediums and see what happens. I think that's what we do. So ignore. Let's get everyone to... Oh, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. Wow, they've red flagged it. Which means everyone's going to put fresh tyres on. Oh, I didn't need that. I didn't need that. So, Fernando, I think we go mediums for both. I think we're going to go mediums for both.
Red flag.
And just push. Just absolutely push. Right. We're going to have a restart. Yeah, I thought everyone would go on the softs. I just feel like they're going to degrade too much. Right. We're away. Attack. Push. Deploy. Deploy. Push. Attack. Am I going to regret? Am I going to regret the medium tyres? I mean, it could help out Alonso quite a lot. But Verstappen didn't look quicker on those softs when we were on our used hards. Oh! Wow! Alonso, we've got a 1-2. Alonso just absolutely pushed his way through. And we're up to... I've never seen a move like that. Let's jump on board with Norris. We're off. We are absolutely off. That was insane from Fernando Alonso. What a restart for Aston Martin. Let's go, boys. On to the mediums. Bit more traction. We've already dropped a second to Perez. We're close to dropping a second to Norris. What a restart from Aston Martin. Absolutely ludicrous. Bottas get into neutral. We've dropped the Norris a second already. Insane. Absolutely insane restart. Our acceleration off the line there was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I'm going to let them fight. I'm going to let them race. But yeah, I mean, Norris is just slowly closing the gap. But I don't mind. What a start. What a restart. We should have enough time for DRS to open up as well. But maybe that's the mediums on the traction. Giving a bit more grip off the line. Who knows? But we've got fuel to play with, tyres to play with. We know we've got all of that. DRS is now enabled, so we should be able to DRS hop each other. And again, what we're going to do is just deploy straight off this chicane. Once we charge the battery. Let's try and break that DRS already. As Sainz as... Is that another penalty for Sainz? Bloody hell, he's in the mud, isn't he? Right, we'll be back in a sec to see what happens. Because, well, Alonso looks like he's going to try and make a move there. Doesn't quite get it done. Drop them both down into neutral. Did we break the second? Not quite. Lando Norris still just about holding on to that 1 second for DRS. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Make it work. You've broken the second there. Bottas push, because Alonso he'll keep pace of you. Don't you worry. We've broken the DRS. Did we break the DRS? I think we should have done. Definitely should have done. But Norris has got it back because we couldn't pass one another. So, yeah, let's see how this one does. Really, I mean, our pace on these tyres, we should be pretty clear. We should be pretty clear. I'm just wondering if I say don't fight teammate, let him through as soon as he opens up the DRS. If Bottas doesn't move out the way, we may do this. So, okay, he's not. It's not that he's moved out the way. It's just this is what we need to happen. We need a little DRS sort of leapfrog to happen. Deploy, and now pull away from Lando Norris. And that's what will be the quickest if we can do that sort of leapfrogging with the DRS. That would be the best thing we can hope for, to be honest. A natural sort of DRS leapfrog will keep Lando Norris behind us because he won't be able to catch. He won't be able to pass. So I'm hoping that is going to work and see us to a 1-2 in Italy God, the red flag, I thought that might ruin our chances, but it's worked pretty well, to be honest. It's come out on top, hasn't it? Again, we'll just get ready to say don't fight teammate if Bottas doesn't get this move done easily, which he's not going to do. So don't fight your teammate. Quickly jump out the way. Don't lose too much time, hopefully. And there we go. Right. Another little DRS leapfrog to get the quickest laps. So, okay, that is the quickest lap time. On the start-finish straight, they should be able to get it done pretty easily. Norris is holding on. He's right behind us, but yeah, I think we just got to hope that pushing on the fuel, pushing on the tyres allows us to keep this 1-2. Because everyone else on their softs, I assume, is going to struggle. Look how much they've gone down compared to us, and we're really pushing. Unless, of course, they had to put on used softs, which they may have done. They may have had to have done. As Alonso gets past on the start-finish straight, which is lovely. And Norris is half a second behind us, so we've got a bit of time. Okay, we're coming around to start the final lap, and the Aston Martins are absolutely neck and neck. Bottas technically has the lead and is going to get the DRS as well. So it's still a 1-2. We're still in a very good position. And Bottas takes the lead on the start of the first lap. So let's get both drivers driving to their maximum and see what they can do. Let them race, as Bottas currently has the lead of the Aston Martin drivers. And you can see there's still a bit of a trail behind us, although Alonso is going for a little move there. Doesn't quite get it done into the next chicane. Bottas holds on to the lead at the moment. And he's still got it. Is Alonso going to get this done down the DRS straight? That is the key. We're going to come around this right-hander. And Alonso's going to have DRS. Perez is still in the picture as well. He's still there, but Alonso opens the rear wing. Looks to make a move. If Alonso gets it done here, you think it's game over. As Alonso, does he have the pace? It looks like he does. Alonso gets past Valtteri Bottas with just one big right-hander left to go. They're still fighting for that position. Perez half a second behind. It looks like he might be out of it, but it could be an Aston Martin 1-2 as they're going to come around the final corner. There's no incidents. It looks like no one spins. And at the moment, Alonso has the lead. Can Bottas get him on the line? He's right up behind him. And that's it. Alonso wins it. Bottas in second. Perez third. Norris fourth. Verstappen fifth. Russell sixth. Ocon seventh. Zhou eighth. And Hauger is going to get a wonderful ninth place there for Alfa Romeo. And Hamilton in 10th. What a race for Aston Martin. I really thought that red flag is going to screw us over at one point. But we did very, very well there. Superb stuff from Aston Martin. And we get to see them on the podium once again. Both drivers up there for Aston Martin, 1 and 2. What a performance we're having this year. Oh, I'm so glad we've carried this season on. Come on, Fernando with another win. Another win for Fernando Alonso. He's done so well this season. So well. And there he is, teammate Valtteri Bottas on the podium with him. Fernando Alonso's there, loving life. We held off the battle from Red Bull. Sergio Perez did very well. According to Sergio Perez was taken out on the first lap as well. That red flag really helped him out to get him back into this one. But yes, Fernando Alonso stands at the top of the podium. They have the champagne. Aston Martin 1-2. Lovely stuff for Aston Martin. There you have it. Alonso up 5 into first position. Also gets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas up 3 into second. It's a huge points haul for Aston Martin. Let's see what he does. Valtteri Bottas up to third. Alonso closes the gap by 16 points to Max Verstappen. In the Constructors, we eat 19 points into Red Bull's lead. Is this the season we win it? There's not many races to go. We're in a fantastic position. We have some sort of requirement to do. Oh, there's a regulation change. They want to lower the prize money. Vote against. We're now one of those top 4 teams, so definitely vote against it. Congratulations, it was lovely. Yes, what a performance. So drivers, we have no points there, no points there. And another point. Let's put it into control again. Get that up to 80 as soon as we can. Come on, Fernando. Look, we know you want to sign another contract. High patience. Look, car 1 will give you 13 million. But you have to finish 3rd or above to get your bonus. He's happy with car 1. Not happy with the salary. not happy with this. So back to negotiations. Let's go 2 seasons, see what he says. 14 million. I feel like we can get a really good driver for 14 million. So I do think this is going to be like final offer sort of territory. I feel like we're getting towards final offer territory for Fernando Alonso. So he's not happy with 2 seasons either. I think he just wants to retire. This is too long. I'm considering retiring. A higher salary might make me stay in the sport. 1 season. Do I want to go 15 million? 15 million for 1 more season of Fernando? But you have to finish second. Oh no, he's done. He's not interested. I think we seriously have to start considering a new driver for Fernando Alonso. Filip Drugovich could step up. He's had a lot of time in the car. Right, next Grand Prix is my home Grand Prix of Singapore. So we'll catch you for that one. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.